The FBI today released 1,500 pages from its investigation into the 2012 massacre in Newtown, Connecticut. Anna Werner reports they shed new light on the troubled young man who murdered 20 first graders and 6 adults at Sandy Hook School.
The FBI documents include an interview with an unidentified woman who said she was in contact with Adam Lanza for over 2 years on a gaming website dedicated to the 1999 Columbine High School shootings. She told investigators Lanza kept a spreadsheet meticulously documenting the details of hundreds of spree killings and mass murders. She described him as depressed, isolated, and someone who said he viewed death as an escape from his joyless existence. The files show indicators of a young man headed for trouble. In a briefing with victims' families in 2014, FBI profilers said Lanza didn't snap, but was careful, methodical in his planning. Another woman interviewed told agents she previously heard Lanza say he planned to kill his mother and children at Sandy Hook. He was diagnosed with Asperger's, a high-functioning form of autism, but was gifted enough with computers that his mother Nancy said her son had hacked into a government computer system, bringing authorities to her door. Witnesses described his mother's behavior too, telling agents she never let anyone come into her home, one describing her as a gun nut who loved the feeling and power of a gun in her hand. Lanza used his mother's gun to kill her and then the 20 elementary school students and 6 adults at Sandy Hook Elementary. Manny Gomez.
We're getting new insight into another mass shooting, the attack in Las Vegas that killed 58. The New York Times has developed a new timeline by piecing together evidence from videos taken at the scene. Here's Jamie Yukas.
The New York Times investigation says the shooting started at 10:05. Matching the investigators' timeline. And after some initial single shots, automatic gunfire can be heard with Jason Aldean on stage. But at 10:06 p.m., 1 minute into the attack, the Times says Stephen Paddock wounds Mandalay Bay security guard Jesus Campos in the hallway. This contradicts investigators' latest timeline, which said Paddock first shot Campos and then began to shoot into the crowd uninterrupted. It's one of the many questions being raised by a team of digital investigators at the New York Times, which used 30 videos to create a timeline. After security guard Campos radioed in, came a second round of automatic gunfire into the crowd of the Route 91 Harvest Festival. There is just a 17-second lull before a third burst of gunfire. And only 20 seconds later, a fourth burst. The New York Times counts more than 900 rounds in all into the crowd. At 10:10, muffled gunfire is heard from a taxi driver's cell phone video, indicating that the shooter might have been firing into the hallway again. What's unclear is why officers wouldn't arrive on the 31st floor for another 2 minutes, and not until 10:22 to the 32nd floor.
Where are the cops at?
Suppose for a moment you were an NFL running back. How would you train? Weights, running? Chip Reed met a player who's stepping into stardom.
Collins turns it upfield. Alex Collins, a 23-year-old running back with the Baltimore Ravens, is having a banner year, leading the NFL in yards per carry. But people are starting to notice that he sometimes runs
toss to Collins
like he's dancing.
Trying to dance his way through the line.
And in fact, he is. He's Irish dancing. He learned it from the daughter of his high school football coach.
Were you surprised by how hard it was?
Oh, most definitely, and I got drenched in sweat. Having 12-year-olds laugh at me is not fun.
But he stuck with it, and now he says Irish dance is the secret to his football success.
I just feel more explosive, because since I'm always on my toes now, I feel like I have calf muscles like the Hulk from Irish dances.
He showed us some of his moves.
On your toes.
There you go. And then,
offered some encouragement to someone with 2 left feet.
Oh, that was nice.
Off the field, he's become an ambassador for Irish dance, and in some cases, a defender. This past Sunday, he met 12-year-old Carl Tubbs, who says he was being bullied because he's studying Irish dance. Tubbs' mother reached out to Collins, who jumped at the chance to help.
I want to let you know I'm proud of you, man. I'm going to be following your career, man.
For Tubbs, it was exactly what he needed.
It's really inspired me to keep on going with Irish dance.
It makes me feel amazing, you know? It makes me feel like I'm making a difference in someone else's life.
Irish dance is making a difference in his life, too, in ways he never imagined. Chip Reed, CBS News, Owings Mills, Maryland.
If this NFL thing doesn't work out, he could.